Welcome to month 12 of the Lead Dad Diaries. I'm your host, Paul Sullivan. This is it. We promised to follow Skip for a year on his lead dad journey, and we did it. And from our end, a lot has changed. For one, Skip went from being a dad that we liked a lot to running all the social media for the company of dads. He's also had a lot of personal change in his life for the positive. So, for our last episode in this series, we wanted to bring in a special guest or three. His wife Stephanie is joining us, and his son Aiden and daughter Adeline are also with us. We're also going to mix up our regular 5 questions and ask them over the full year, not just this month. So, welcome, Skip, Stephanie, Aiden, and Adeline.
Hey, how's it going? It's good to have the whole family. As you can see, we got a little bit of attitude coming from the little one, but I'm thinking she'll come around here in a little
We're
bit.
all coming around. We're all coming around.
This is me, Aiden.
Aiden, yeah. And I'll give you the first question here. You know, when you think about like the best part of the past year with your dad traveling less for his music and being around more, what's been the best part for you, buddy? Has he played with you a bit more? Has he like perfected tossing broccoli at you so you can catch it? What's he done?
Playing Minecraft. Playing Minecraft with my dad.
That's a fun game. Yeah. Do you still let him win?
Well, it's really just about building.
Yeah.
You like to build stuff.
Yeah.
I love it.
I've never ever beaten that game because it's so much fun building.
It is a lot of
The
fun.
goal of the game is to beat the Ender Dragon.
Yeah. But you're having fun just building.
Yeah, we just build stuff.
Yeah.
We build buildings and traps and go hunt things down. Tunnels, lots of tunnels.
Yeah. We make secret bases.
We do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I love it.
Being able to be home more has definitely opened up the options for recreation. Obviously, my main goal when I got off the road, one of the, I guess, non-negotiables was I want to work from home, and I know that there are a lot of options for that these days. Even in a lot of the corporate settings, they have options like that. But you know, you think about the amount of time that you either you lose on a commute into somewhere or a commute out of somewhere, and to be able to clock off, so to speak, and walk straight out into the living room and be like, okay, let's get down with, let's cook dinner or let's play a game, let's have a dance party, whatever the case is. Is literally, we have a lot of dance parties. But we it's like it's bought me a lot more time with my family.
Yeah. Hey, Adeline, I remember a story from earlier in the year where your dad was cooking with you and everything went crazy. Do you remember that? There's smoke everywhere, running around. That's a fun, no?
You remember the smoke when Daddy almost caught the kitchen on fire?
Remember that.
But after that, Adeline, you decided to help Dad, right?
Oh, you like to help Daddy cook.
And we like that. Just cook.
You like to help Daddy cook?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You
ask
helped
him.
me cook pancakes this morning.
Yeah, it's a
What?
pancake.
I like pancakes.
I do too. Yeah.
Do you ever put blueberries in your pancakes?
I'm going to save you a pancake.
You will save me a pancake? Thank you. You can just put it in an envelope and mail it to me, okay?
Okay.
Stephanie, I want to ask your mom a question, okay?
Okay.
Can I ask? I'm gonna ask your mom a question.
Yeah, okay.
You can keep talking, Adeline. Don't worry. The microphone picks up your mom. Stephanie, your first time on the Lead Dead Diaries. What's it been like for you? When you think of the best part of this past year, is you and Skip kind of reconfigure, work and life.
Yeah. It was different, definitely at first. It was nice, definitely, to have help with the kids and not just, he's only home for 2 or 3 days. We got to cram everything into these 2 or 3 days. Weekends were definitely the weird one, I think, because it was like Saturday. Usually Saturday, we wouldn't have really anything going on. And then it was like all of a sudden, well, we have family day Saturday. We might go to the park for the whole day, or whatever it is. Like, it was really cool. So just having him around more, it was definitely an adjustment getting used to just even the normal, just kind of like 5-day work week. That was something that was a huge adjustment for us because when he's a musician, he was always gone on the weekends. We actually made a comment about that the other day about how you're just not used to actually having a free Saturday, because it was before Saturdays were always tied up. So because he always had shows on Saturdays, so that was a big adjustment. Getting used to that, but it's just been so nice to have him around, and I wasn't sure how it would be. I feel like, me personally, I watched a lot less Netflix. I used to do that all the time when he was gone, and it's like now we're actually spending more time together as a family, and just having fun.
That's great. All right. Now we go on to our second question. You ready, Adeline and Aiden? You ready?
Ready?
Okay. What's been like, we usually say what's been the worst part of the past month. We always say, what's been, the part of the past year that you didn't really expect? Part that kind of surprised you of the past year?
What surprised you?
What surprised you about this past year with me being home?
Who, me?
Yeah, he's asking you.
Well,
what about you? What surprised you?
Just something that surprised me.
Sure. If nothing
I
surprised you,
think
you
I
can
think
tell
what's
your dad.
surprising me is the fact that he's speechless about something. Usually he has plenty to say. What's that?
Umbrella outside, and we replaced it with a new one. That surprised me because I didn't know that we were doing
Because was that like your dad's favorite umbrella or something like that, and you didn't think he would replace it, or what?
No, it just broke, and we needed to get it a different one, and the color was different, and
So
he did not expect there to be a red umbrella where a blue one usually sits.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, and we used to have a red one.
Yeah, we did have a red one. Then we got a blue one.
And then we got another red one.
What surprised you?
I surprised this.
Having daddy home.
Having daddy home.
What surprised you?
I surprised this. Daddy this.
Daddy surprised you.
Yeah.
This daddy.
What about you, Skip? When you look back on the whole year?
I think what surprised me the most is how I mean it's not been an easy journey. I mean there've been a lot of things, a lot of obstacles and a lot of things that we've had to really sort through. But how the rhythm kind of came together, you think about it, for such a drastic adjustment, for a career change and a lifestyle change, 1 year is not a whole lot of time,
right?
And for things to have fallen together the way that they have, I know I talked about this on the last episode about how you hit that 1 year mark and it reaffirms or establishes, okay, yeah, this is how I can continue forward through life. And I think I had my doubts, or I had my questions, like how am I actually going to pull this off? How am I going to push through this without some kind of scathing repercussion? And I think I've been very pleasantly surprised and excited that for the most part things have been very rhythmic and show a lot of promise for this being the future.
Yeah.
For me and my family.
And Stephanie, aside from Skip nearly burning down the entire house with his baking skills, what's been the surprise for you? You kind of talked about it a bit. Like, was it like, how easily you guys were able to create a new rhythm? What was it? What was it when you think of this past year?
I would say that. I've been asked a lot by people, like, are you guys driving each other crazy? Are you tired of having him around all the time? And like honestly, like I haven't. Like we enjoy spending time together. You never know spending that much time together all the time and all the different things, because even, church on Sundays and everything, it's like we spend every single day together all the time, and how much we've enjoyed it, and we haven't gotten on each other's nerves, I guess.
No.
And just how much fun it's been in creating that new rhythm and new routine. I don't think I expected to enjoy it as much as I have.
It's awesome.
I'm not paying her to say that either.
I
That's
wait, you
really
would be-
nice.
But like follow on to that though, Stephanie, when you've had this experience and been super positive, but if you were to give advice to any other, moms out there listening, like with a radical, change that you guys have gone through over the past year, does anything come to mind? Any advice that you give them as to how they sort of adjust to something there's such a before and after?
Definitely communication is key. We really are good at open communication with each other. You know, we when we first got married, I feel like a lot of it was before having kids, it was like, well, you do your thing, I do mine, and then even after having Aiden, it was like he was gone a lot when Aiden was a baby, and sorry, she keeps grabbing the microphone.
Okay.
When Aiden was a baby, and it was an adjustment for sure doing that. So whenever he got off the road, we really made a point to tell, if I had a really long day, he had been working a lot or anything, and sorry.
All right.
And if something happened, I would make sure I would tell him like, hey, I just need like 30 minutes, let me go take a shower, whatever. That kind of stuff I think is really important to keeping things happy and peaceful and everything.
Yeah.
Just telling each other, and sometimes he has moments like that too, like for me, I think my thing would
He
be like,
doesn't. He's told me he doesn't ever have moments like that. He's told me for sure.
he does. His thing is he's like a big pacer, like walking and stuff like that, or just exercise in general. So I'll be like, sometimes I tell him, I'm like, okay, you need to go for a walk. Like get out for like 20-30 minutes, go for a walk. But for me, it might be like reading, something like that. And I think that communication, it's like you need those moments to just like reset, refresh and everything. And I think that's really important.
Awesome. All right. Third question. This is going to be a tough one because it was sometimes challenging month to month, but now we're looking at the whole 12 months. Skip, what's been your best lead dad moment over the past year?
That is a tough question because it's hard to sum it up into one.
All right, give me your top three.
Okay. Well, I could be real cheesy and say my best lead dad moment was when I quit my job and got off the road to be with my family.
That would work.
Being trying to think of what would be a good lead dad moment. I think just in general, the being, anytime we've ever done something, either from a recreational, or there have been those few times when I've had a show that I've played here and there, being able to have my family with me, and when people come, and there are a lot of people who know kind of the whole reasoning of why I got off the road and all of that, and then they kind of see it in action, and they come and they see what kind of a difference it's making in my family's life, what kind of a difference it's making in my life and my overall attitude. It reaffirms that, yeah, I'm on the right track, and it empowers me to take more and bolder steps forward as a lead dad. I believe that I thrive, and I think many dads thrive on whenever somebody compliments their family, their kids, whatever the case is, it makes them want to do more. It makes them want to be better, makes them want to assist more and be more involved in a support role for their spouse, and it makes them want to just continue that harmony and continue down that trail. And the times that we've been out and been able to do different things together, where I've been around people who have known me from the past years of traveling, and hearing what they have to say and hearing that they recognize, hey, there have been a lot of people who have gone all the limit of either being upset because I got off the road to straight up mad because I got off the road. People who were really, diehard fans and maybe did not understand right out of the gate the whole reasoning and everything else that was going on, but now are seeing what actually has changed and what has transpired over this last year, uh, and giving them a little bit of a firmer understanding. Therefore, lets me know that as a lead dad, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, I've followed the right path.
Love it. And Stephanie, what's been the best part for you having Skip off the road for the past year?
Um, I mean, not to sound cheesy, but the best part is just having him around more. Before um being a musician, people only see him on the stage and they think that's it. That 45 minutes he's on the stage, that's it. There's so much more that goes into it that people don't realize. When he was home, he would spend a lot of time preparing for the week ahead. There's so much that goes into the shows, what time you get there, making sure there's bus parking and all the things with the bus and everything. So there was just so much that he had to do beforehand. I it was nice that, okay, it's 5 o'clock, like, I'm done. I may have a few things here and there, but I'm pretty much done for the day. And that was really cool to actually, like, oh, okay, we're actually, spending the evening together. We're having family dinners have become a really important thing around here every night, where it used to just be kind of like, you ever hear like girl dinner? You see that trend that's going around where people say that was it, like, all the time on the weekends when he wasn't here. It's like, okay, we're having a bowl of cereal for dinner. Dad's not home.
Right.
I know we joke about the fire incident, but he is a really good cook. So it's been nice having him cook a lot, and just finding that balance together as a family and being able to just do random things like that.
I think also being a part of, like, Aiden, he's in first grade. So I was able to be there for most of his kindergarten and so far all of his first. And her and I kind of tag teaming the teaching together, and certain things that, uh yeah, I'll be man enough to say there are a lot of things that I either don't have the proclivity to explain on a level of certain level, certain age groups, and then other things that I have a lot more patience with. And her ebb and my flow and my ebb and her flow have really been a strong point in helping. Hang on, there's a phone ringing.
Uh, uh,
In helping, um my helping my son and eventually my daughter as that rhythm comes together, when she gets into preschool and kindergarten, of teaching together, which I've so much enjoyed.
um, it's so good, but I also just love what happened now for people watching this. Like a phone rang in the house, and like I think it's like kids today, like, the phone rings so infrequently because everyone is texting. Like, the phone is ringing. We must answer the
Yeah.
phone.
Uh, who is that?
Who was it, Aiden? Who was calling?
That's my
didn't
grandma.
answer. Yeah,
Your grandma.
We'll call her back.
yeah, we'll call her back.
Oh, that's nice of you. Okay. Hey, Aiden, I got a question for you on this. We're talking about like best moments, and if you think, I'm gonna give you three. Okay, three moments your dad has told me about. All right. Halloween, going around trick or treating, getting some candy. Caroling, going out before Christmas, singing some carols with your dad, or going to Disney World. What was your favorite over the past year of those three? Halloween, Christmas carols, Disney. Or is it too hard to even pick among those three? Do you like them all equally?
Very hard, but I know which one to pick.
Okay, will you tell me?
Disney World.
Disney always wins, huh? Disney's
Yep.
pretty special.
Uh-huh.
Who's your favorite character?
Scar.
So my youngest daughter is almost 7, so pretty close to your age. I didn't know this about her, but your mom set up for us to go to Chef Mickey's when we were there. You know who her favorite character was? Never would have guessed.
Who?
Donald Duck.
You love Donald too, don't you?
He
Yeah,
waddled
that's my
in. He did his
favorite
little
Mickey
Donald Duck
Mouse
dance.
character.
Yeah, so good. All right. Fourth question, Cherryholmes family. -1 right now. What's been the most challenging moment? Or if you can think of 2 or 3 moments that have been challenging either individually or as a family over the past year.
So it would be saying very hard.
Okay.
Yeah, very hard.
Mm,
You want to think for a sec?
Maybe your dad answers first and your mom, then you can answer at the end. Yeah. Okay, that's good. All right. I'll let your dad go first.
All right. I think one of the biggest challenges throughout kind of and it's still something that I'm figuring out is, and I think Aiden would probably agree, it's a big adjustment to like when I was traveling and playing music and getting ready to go out on the road. Yeah, I was busy while I was home, but I wasn't stationary busy. I was running all over the house. I was getting the bus ready. I was packing my suitcases and all that kind of stuff. I was a lot more accessible. And now with the current structure of things, the rhythm and schedule of understanding, hey, in these hours, business hours, so to speak, I'm not going to be able to just break off and go into something every time. That doesn't mean we don't do it. We'll take lunch breaks and we'll sit down and we'll play Legos and we'll do all kinds of stuff. But I think it's a two-sided coin. So for him and his sister, especially understanding, hey, I can't just go in and interrupt. Dad might be on a call, or in the middle of a project that he can't break away from. And then on me, it's recognizing, hey, I don't have to just sit here and pound away. I can walk away for a second. My family owes it for me to step away and even just if it's having lunch, get really bad sometimes getting focused on what I'm doing work wise, that I go in, I slap a sandwich together, and I come back and I sit down at my computer, and that I just have a hard time letting things go. So for me, it's actually designating time to step away and enjoy the benefit of working from home. And for them, it's understanding, hey, dad's got hours, dad's got things he's got to do, dad's got things that can't be interrupted. And so patience on both ends has been a recurring challenge, and we're still kind of figuring that out, but I think we're getting close.
Okay. And Stephanie, you already mentioned, he's really cut into your Netflix viewing. So I know what that's like. You get on a roll, and particularly if you're like, I only have like a season and a half left. Like, and once you stop, you're like, but
Yeah.
for you, I mean, obviously, you had your own, rhythm for several years, not just as a wife, but also, when you became a mom, and this changed the rhythm. Were there challenges that changed to the rhythm presented, or were there really more like lessons and growth opportunities from that change in the rhythm?
There's definitely both. I know I didn't necessarily notice things like right away when they happened. It was like over time I realized things, like as I watching Netflix, like I realized, wow, I never watch TV at night anymore, where I would sit there and binge things like that. Or like I had, like Saturday was usually like cleaning day. Like I would wash all the sheets and like all this. Well, now we're spending the whole Saturday, doing something at the park, or, whatever it is. And I realized a couple months in that, wow, these things I normally save for when he's out of town, because I would have lunch with a friend and stuff like that. I would plan things for when he was going to be gone, and then I had all these things stack up that I needed to do, because I'm like, wait, I usually use that time like while he's gone, so that way I could spend time with him on the days that he was home. And then I really had this list of things I needed to do that I wasn't getting done now.
Yeah.
So that was probably the biggest challenge, I would say, is trying to figure out that routine of creating a new routine, I guess.
That's awesome. And Aiden, just when we do this, we ask 5 questions, and so we're on the 5th question now. Do you remember what it was like to be 5?
Do you remember what it's like to be 5?
No.
No, it was a long time ago.
It's been 1 year since I have been 5 because I'm 6 now.
You're 6 now. It's all behind you. Yeah, you've gone from like a whole hand. Now you have to start another hand, right? To start counting,
Yeah.
right? Wait till you know what? Wait till you turn 10. Both.
What are you
then
gonna do after
then
that?
what do you do after that? When you turn 11, what do you do?
Just take your socks off. And you can't.
You
do
got a
those.
couple years. You got a few years to figure that out, but you got to be thinking about that, Aiden. It's all about planning ahead.
What I like to do when I reach 10, I close my hands up and then start again.
I like that problem solving. I like the problem solving. All right. So, but this right here, this is our 5th question, 5th and final question. Okay. It's going to be the question is we usually ask, what's the best lesson from the past month? But this time we're going to say, what are the top 3 lessons that you've learned that you can share with other people listening, things that people might take away from this? So, the top 3 lessons of this Lead Dad Diaries journey over the past 12 months.
So it would.
Have you learned any important lessons over this last year of me being home? Maybe make your bed.
Very important.
That's a good lesson.
Yeah.
You want him to answer what you think about it?
Another.
I heard you, and I heard you put on a good character breakfast at your house.
We did have a good
yeah.
character brunch.
I've heard about that.
The A&A Brunch Cafe?
Yeah, A&A Brunch Cafe. Dad, he would be the chef, and then me and Adeline would be his helpers.
That's a good plan.
That would be 2.
Tell him about the garden you've been working
And then
on.
was your
yeah.
mom the customer? Was your mom the customer?
Yes. Yes. Here's another one. I've been working on a garden we're putting in. I've still been working on it.
Are you gonna plant tomatoes in that garden?
Yeah.
I love tomatoes.
Pop a melon
I've-
tomato with this pancake.
Yeah. I've had tomatoes before.
They're pretty delicious.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I
Amy.
haven't had them in a while.
Those are 3 good ones. All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's see what your mom and dad have to say now. Okay. We'll let your dad go first, Aiden.
For me, well, actually, I'll tell you what. You go ahead, and I'll wrap the whole thing up.
There you go.
Okay. Kind of a lesson / realization. Family first, always. Family first, and that looks different for everybody. Some people, whenever you hit a crossroads, if you hit a crossroads and you don't know really which direction to go, family first all the way. I know it's an easy coin of phrase, but it has not let me down. There have been a lot of challenges, there have been a lot of things, but it's like I think about all of the different options I was faced with a year ago or just over a year ago when I was trying to decide what to do. And looking back at what it might have looked like if I'd have followed any of the other options, I don't really feel like I'd seen the growth, the success, the quality time, the quality of life that I have with the change that I've made. So and that comes from, okay, what do I believe is best for my family? Not what's best for me, not what's best for finances or anything like that. What's best for my family. And the rest of it came into suit.
Yeah, she fell in line when you did that. Yeah. Excellent. Stephanie?
Yes. Well, again, I would say putting the family first. That has, as you were saying about the kids having to understand, well, this is work hours or whatever. Especially with Adeline, I think that she sometimes gets to the point. I mean, she's only 2, so she doesn't understand what work is or anything like that, and she'll sometimes she just needs her dad, and so it'll just be, well, hey, just a 15-minute break to go play doctor or something like that, like, could make a really big difference in the day. And just um understanding those, sometimes something, a small thing can make a big difference in a little tiny human's day. So
It's such a great thing to
prior
hear. Yeah.
yeah, so prioritizing stuff like that has been really important for us, I think.
I love giving you the last word, Stephanie, but that's something that we talk about so much at the company dads, where if you take a little
Mhm.
break, have a little bit of time, you still get everything done. But,
Yeah.
it's that 15 minutes of your day, it energizes you as the adult, but it also gives, the child something that he or she needs in that moment. So,
Yes, definitely.
Cherryholmes family, thank you so much. I never thought when we started this a year ago that it would be so much fun to do it, nor did I ever think that, as I said, I liked you in the beginning, Skip, but now I consider you a friend. And so it's been a wonderful year-long journey. So thank you, Skip. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Aiden. Thank you, Adeline, for making a cameo. And I hope everybody has enjoyed the past year of Lead Dad Diaries with Skip Cherryholmes.
Absolutely. I certainly have, and I consider you a friend as well.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Aiden. Have a good rest of your day.